Hi, we've got a BR600 today. We're going to do a valve adjustment on there. Valves are right underneath this cover here. We're going to need a electric screwdriver or a Torx bit anyway with a T27. Electric just makes it 1,000 times easier. 8mm nut driver or socket and ratchet, and then your valve adjustment tool, which I'll try and find a link to one and throw it in the description. Anyway, so let's get to work. Just using a T27 to remove the 3 screws that hold the recoil in place. And get that out of there. And then you've got 4 screws that hold this cover in place. Should lift off now. Yeah, sometimes that spark plug boot catches a little bit, and then right down here we're caught on that, so we'll set that right there. Okay, now you've got to pull the ignition wires. Just set them off to the side. You have 2 more screws holding that cover in place. Pop the spark plug cap off, set that cover out of the way, and we can tilt it up. Okay, just knock any of the dust off of there. Make sure nothing's going to get in the motor. You got 1 long screw that holds your valve cover in place. There's that washer there. Don't want to lose it. Set that down. That just pops up there. Set that out of the way. We'll put the blower on the top dead center, so intake just went down, so now it's on the compression stroke. We'll come up to where that S is right lined up with that second post right there. And you can see now our valves are both free. You'll need a valve adjustment tool with the little narrowed end, and it just slides right in between those. That's a little loose there. That's a little loose there. So you'll need an 8mm. Is this one 8? Probably. Okay. So we'll tweak that down just a little bit. Make sure we're still loose there. Check that. We can go just a little bit more. We're almost there. There we go. Got a nice snug fit, because these things seem to always wear where they're loose, because they run a plastic cam gear. It's on the back side of the motor. I've got some footage of how to get to there. Maybe I can get my act together and put a video on how to get to that gear. Anyway, there we go, snug fit. Snug fit. We're golden. Check your gasket. Make sure It looks good all the way around. And this blower is not that old. You can see how quick those valves get out of adjustment. Tighten that down. We're just putting everything back in the reverse order here. Line that up, make sure you get that back under there. Otherwise you gotta pull some other screws out. In fact, we can hook that up before put those screws in. That way it's done and you're not forgetting. These screws are a little bit longer screws in case you've mixed everything up. Spark plug boot back on. And wiggle our cover back into place. Perfect. I really recommend doing this with an electric screwdriver. Okay, I'm getting hung up on those screws. There we go. And then these screws are a finer thread. They go into the metal housing. So anyway, if you got all your screws mixed up, longer coarse threads on the undercut side cover, shorter coarse threads on the outside, and then your metal ones there. Let's see how she runs. Okay. Guess we should take it off.